Hey everyone, Laura St. John here. Let me know as you are coming in, where you are coming in from. I'm so excited to have you here. Let me just know in the chat. I'm going to open up the chat and say hello. I'm just going to write in the top here, introduce yourself. And welcome in. Hi. Don't be shy. It says start chatting. Okay, welcome in everyone. Let me know. I know there's a little bit of a delay for a moment. And then this chat opens up. We're going to get this party started. I'm here a few minutes early to just welcome you into this Manifesting Love workshop. This is one of my signature workshops on the 5 steps to manifest love that you desire and deserve, with an emphasis on deserving. Hi, Jack. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Jason. Hi, Shannon. Hey, guys, as you're tuning in. Oh, yeah. Let everybody know where you're coming in from. And also how you found out about me. I'm just so curious. I would just love to know, did you just see this on my Instagram? Did you meet me on TikTok? Did you see me on a show? Some of you have found me from Selling Sunset on Netflix. Some of you have heard about me from other people. When did you first hear about me? How long have you been with me? Are you brand new? Are you brand new? You can even write new, but I'd love to just learn a little bit. Hey, welcome. Should I pull over and have a pen and a paper ready? You could also get this on replay. So if you just want to listen in for the first time, absorb this lesson and then watch it on replay and take notes. Really, however best you learn, just stay safe. So if you are driving and listening in right now, it's up to you if you want to get the fresh version right now, but if you're watching this on replay, amazing. So I love that. Found me on TikTok. Awesome. With me for 2 years. Amazing. Been here a while. Love it. Yeah, let me know if you're new. Let me know if you've been here a bit. It's exciting to meet you. Heard of you from Shallon. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. I love how different influencers, audiences, YouTubers, communities are sharing my content. It really means a lot to me to be connected to people who are meant to hear my messages. And a lot of times people who have gone through my coaching, are the biggest advocates, because it's one thing to hear it from me, and then you are all shining examples of the content and what this can do for you. I was introduced from DGC, became obsessed with your energy. I've been following for 5 months now. Oh, welcome, Jordan. I love that. Amazing. Found you on TikTok, doing the 7-day challenge. Amazing. Actually, that reminds me, I'm going to put that up, because if you guys if you're brand new to me, I'm just going to put it up into the offer section. So there's little icons, I think, down the side of the screen, or it might be on the bottom, depending on your device, but there should be a chat option. There's a Q&A in the chat, and I'm going to open it up to Q&A. In 1 hour, I am going to cover a lot. I'm going to cover the top 5 steps to manifest the love that you desire and deserve in your heart. And then I'm also going to try to fit in some question and answers. And then I'm going to bounce right into Zoom to do an extra 30 minutes of live Q&A with my people that are in my private group coaching, that you can use the Zoom. I just emailed it to you. And if you're in my private group coaching, you also have a live Q&A with me tomorrow that we can carry a lot of this content forward, and I can get to the nitty gritty with you, as I love to work with you live. But this is workshop style. Take out paper, take out a pen if you're ready to take notes. This workshop can absolutely shift you in the category of love and relationships. Not just love, like any relationships, quite honestly, the relationship with yourself, relationship with family members, business relationships, friendship, and of course, love, because sometimes that reflects very closely where we're having sometimes our biggest struggles. But know that these 5 key areas are going to ring true for you really deeply. And I'm not here for the small talk. I'm here to go deep really, really fast. If you know me, I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis, because this workshop's about you. But if you're new to me, I'm Laura St. John. I'm a celebrity mindset coach. The word celebrity, although I do coach celebrities, athletes, CEOs from some of the largest companies in the world, my heart is in the word celebrating, like celebrating yourself, who you are, the ups and downs that got you here, and the art of patting yourself on the back. We're so good at micromanaging all the things that go wrong and like the need to fix and hyper control things. But sometimes we're not as good at celebrating ourselves, patting ourselves on the back for the small wins. So I'm here to help you micromanage to the positive and find all the little things, the little wins that are the big wins. And I started doing this many years ago with my niece and helped her get unstuck in her career. And then I realized not only could I help family members, then all my friends, and I was like, I could always help people get unstuck. So I became like a professional unstucker. And if you watch my interview on NBC on Access Hollywood, that's what I was named by Mario Lopez. He was like, you're like a professional unstucker, he called me, because I am. Like, I just know how to get people unstuck. I just see the struggle, but I see the dream. And like, I hear your problems and I hear your wish list, and I'm able to do my flip it on the fly with you all because I've practiced this. I've innately seen the negative and flipped it to positive, and I've been doing it my whole life since I was 6 years old. So I didn't realize that was my purpose. I didn't realize everyone didn't see struggles that way. And I see every struggle and challenge in like, I'm like, okay, how is this still working out for me? And that's really hard sometimes when you're in a relationship struggle, when you've been betrayed, when your heart's been stomped on and broken and shattered, and you're like, how can I love again? Or how can I trust again? Or how can I feel my worth? So this workshop's going to go really, really deep, really, really fast. So again, if you know my Flip It tool, which is on the painting that I made right here, my Flip It tool is like the 2-minute versions on my social media, like TikTok, the 11-minute versions right there in my 7-day free manifesting challenge. That's a great place to start with me. And then my deep dive version, which is, really, really deep, how to really flip all the struggles, all the templates, all that, the 1-hour lesson of this, how to really flip it into a positive, is in my private group coaching experience. So before I I didn't hit publish. So there's the 7-day manifesting challenge. That's the 11-minute version. So before I forget, as I get into the content, I'm going to go deep into the content. Before I forget, I just want you to know, if you're new to me and someone got you here or whatever, just jump right into my free content if this is like your first time with me. But after an hour with me, you'll just know if I'm meant to be your coach. And if that's the case, am going to invite you into my private group coaching experience, where I get to work with you in this amazing group setting, where we get to work more deeply together, and it unlocks all of my advanced content, the advanced Flip Its and stuff. So if you do know my Flip It tool, this is going to be the 5 steps on how to manifest a love that you desire and deserve from like a Flip It perspective. I'm going to go through what you probably absolutely do not want, which is, I want to stop trying to fix my partner, right? Over control the process. I need to hyper control everything. I want to stop putting my needs last. This is the stuff I'm going to cover in just a minute. That's number 2. I want to stop like tolerating less than what I deserve. I want to stop like drawing the line and then moving the line. I want to stop like feeling attacked or judged, like always on the defensive, like never like okay, like always having to explain myself. And I want to like stop like not being fully open to the idea of love. Like, so if you're really feeling like, I don't even know if I can reopen my heart to love, or I've never really opened my heart to love because I've only known like not love, only known like rejection, then that's a difficult thing that we're going to talk through. So those are the 5 key pieces that I am going to help you flip in this workshop. And then if it speaks to you, just know that they're all kind of related. So as we get started again, amazing, not surprising, one of my favorite manifesting hashtags. If you're here right now, please just pat yourself on the back. I can't see you. You can only see me. But please just like give that energy, because you could be anywhere right now. And whether you are here live right now and I see you in the chat, or whether you're on replay and I actually turn on a chat afterwards, so you can still chat with me. It goes right to my email. So it's like, hi, I'm doing this. Let me know again where you're coming in from, whether in my 7-day free content, whether you're in my private group coaching experience, you work with me every week, and how you found out about me, like what got you here or who got you here. Did you find me on social media? Did you find me on a show? Did you find me in an amazing community that you are in? Let me know. So yeah, let's get to work, because I am a mindset coach that believes in rolling up our sleeves together and turn these into very practical tips. So number one, the sick and tired of. So if you have a piece of paper in front of you, I have all my papers with like lots of notes, okay, all over my desk. Take out a piece of paper and a pen and fold the piece of paper in half. We are going to make a flip it, like a real flip it together, and write on the top of the page, flip it. Okay. This is going to be a flip it for your relationships. This flip it tool is a tool that I designed again years ago for my niece, actually like flipping it in her gymnastics. And, you know, you may know her, but I started working with her on how to flip her, you know, the mental conditioning, the mental aspects of her athletic performance. And this became the tool that I had no idea that it would become one of my signature tools for the planet. So just know that the Flip It tool is a really fun tool. And I designed it many, many years ago. Draw a line down the middle of the page. Like I know it's folded, but draw a line down the middle of the page. That line signifies courage. Courage is the energy that flips negative to positive. It does. Okay. From a kinesiology level, it's been scientifically proven that courage is the energy. And the way I see courage is it moves you from the stuckedness in your head and your thoughts into the power in your heart to trust yourself and the process and the unfolding. Speaking of trust, hello everyone again. As I see you jumping into this broadcast, I'm so happy you're here. I'm just excited to see you. I'm also excited to meet many new people here. So I'm just enabling the chat, turning on the number of guests, seeing you all in here. Oh, nice. Over the 100 mark. I love it. Hundreds of people registered. Many of you will just watch us on replay. Amazing. Not surprising because I just popped up this workshop idea like in the last 24 to 48 hours. You got a solid line down the middle of the page. Again, that's your line of courage. You're going to walk through that line of courage to create change. And I usually define the flip it into like 3 areas, but since I promised 5 in this workshop, I want you to write 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left side. Okay, on the left side of your flip it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the way top of that page, write do not want. Okay. Do not want. These are the things you do not want in your relationship. Okay. I want you to put the number 1 as need to fix or hyper control everything. Okay. That's the first one I want you to write down. And then we're going to talk about it. Do you ever feel the need to fix your partner? like even with good intention, like it would just like, hey, if you just did this, your life, my life would be a heck of a lot easier. You ever felt that way? And that need to fix, need to control, need to like intervene, even with good intention, shifts the dynamic. And on the receiving end, and hey, side note, this is just talking relationship talk. You might be on the controlling end of this, like the giving end of the need to control all the pieces. That used to be me. Okay. Full of self-doubt. When you're full of self-doubt, you feel like you need to control everything. And you're always looking to intervene, give your 2 cents, kind of have that last word, all that stuff. Let me know if this resonates. Or you might be on the receiving end of that. And that can feel like a lot of scrutiny. You're like, wow, like I'm just always being told what I should be doing, you know, to better myself, to better everything, to better ourselves. And like, again, while it might have good intention, I'm going to read you my notes on this because I'm really wanting you to flip this, because when you flip this, you're actually learning to flip into greater confidence and trust. So I have all my workshop notes here. And you know what? I did this week when I did my trust bucket lesson. Whew. Let me know if you all have done my lesson on how to repair and rebuild trust, because that trust lesson is 100% related to this issue in relationships. This is where the lack of trust shows up in relationships, in the need to control and the need to fix and the need to know everything. So if that's you and you're like, oh, that's me, that was me. So I can like literally speak to this. I'm like, oh, okay, guilty, but not guilty. I learned. Okay. I learned this and now I love to teach this because I'm clearly on a lifelong journey of learning to trust myself, trust my intuition. And trust is the like crux. It's everything. It's at the bottom of all of my lessons. Everything that I teach is to teach you how to build trust in yourself, in the process, in the unfolding, knowing that everything's exactly where it's meant to be. And do you trust it can work out? So on the flip of this, I'm just going to cut right to it because I want to get right to work with you all. Draw a line through your line of courage. And on the other side, I want you to write, I clearly desire. I clearly desire. Don't worry about my handwriting. Maybe you write a lot neater, but this is a flip it. This is a real life flip it. I clearly desire to trust in myself, trust the unfolding, trust I desire a relationship that all works out. Okay. And again, if you are in my private group coaching experience, you know this lesson on how I teach that is beyond deep. Because a lot of times when anyone here has this struggle, this one of 5 struggles, it is you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting that it might work out, or that you're trusting more than it might not. And therefore that feeling of I think I need to control it, because if I control it, then I can, it's a very limited perspective. Because if I control it, I won't feel so powerless. If I control it and their behaviors and this piece and that piece, I won't feel so, doubting and out of control. And it's a lack mentality. It is not believing that without your intervention, that it's all going to work out. So I'm going to read you this. And then if you are in my private group coaching, okay, and I'm going to it's a deep dive, y'all. It's actually the deepest lesson I think I have on how to repair and rebuild trust after it's been shattered or broken. I'm going to I'm going to remove this for a second and put up my private group coaching link. So for any of you that are in this, you just know, okay, you're like, but I need that lesson. You can get to that lesson. I'm going to show you where that is. So if you're in my private group coaching, you'll see. But I'll share that in a second so you know where to access that lesson. But first, just close your eyes for a second and listen to this, okay? Because this is a number one thing that I want you to work on. And so just close your eyes, listen, and just hear my words. And then you can add the stuff to your flip it list, or you can watch this on replay, okay? Because I believe that you can have the relationship of your dreams. I believe that you're here because you don't want to hyper control and fix the other person all the time and be, in doubt and spinning into uncertainty. So this is a big one. So close your eyes and just listen, because I want you to just feel it. This is a big one for my people like me who used to always want to control everything, hyper control the process. These are my micromanagers who maybe know what they want and like to demand that the person they're with needs to change to become that for them. You can see their potential and you're like, can you just change already? Now let me take a step back and acknowledge that this isn't always coming again from a bad place. You can see what's not making you happy, right? You can see the things and you want to quote unquote help the other person. So you could just fix it. And can the other person then just change so you can be happier? And if this sounds like you, it's a tough one, but you can flip it. I'm going to help you step out of this behavior, because when you get too deep in trying to control or fix your partner all the time, not only does that feel like scrutiny on the other side, but this behavior is really hard in a relationship. It can get very toxic rather than healthy, even if the intent is positive, because in this situation, you're usually relying on controlling the other person because you're missing the trust that without your stepping in, they aren't going to do what you want. And if this is you, this is actually creating a lot of resistance in your relationships. It might be true, because we don't control the other people, that maybe it would be helpful if they just did this thing, you'd be a whole lot happier. but it really doesn't put you in the role of healthy partnership. It puts you in a role of like parenting. Like, I need you to do this. I need you to like shift your behaviors. I need you to act this way. And you're going to be more of a caregiver versus a partner in this role. And again, if this is you, help is on the way right now. You can shift this. So you usually get into a power struggle where you butt heads with each other, and one person might feel like giving up. Like, at the end of this is often like, well, then I'm not going to be good enough for you ever. Or like, you're not going to change, so I'm never happy. And a great relationship, and the one that you deserve, does start with involving a strong partnership of sharing of power. And if you feel like that power is skewed and you know it's coming from this like need to control and need to fix, while you don't need to fix the other person, you do need to step into more trust. Okay, you don't need to fix the other person. You need to step into more trust. So when we usually need to control every aspect of where we're lacking trust, then we think that things aren't working out for us. We want to control how all the pieces fit together rather than letting them come together naturally, and sometimes in a different way, and maybe even a surprisingly better way. Like, this is us not letting the pieces come into place, because again, we think that we have to jam them all into place and hyper control them to make this beautiful masterpiece of our life. Or we're like, if we just put this here and that there and your behavior over here, life would just be okay. And it doesn't work that way. You're not bubbling up into spaces that allow you to receive more. So people who fall into this category have usually experienced their trust shaken. This could have been in a relationship before or another area of your life. Like, maybe right now you have a money shakeup and you're not doubting in your money situation, like your financial situation, and that's creating doubt. And now you're like needing to control. So you're like, oh, I could control you. Like, you're in front of me. So if I feel like I can't control my money, at least I control my partner, right? So it's good to know, where is this coming from? And it can be an area of your life maybe that you're feeling like you can have more power in, but how do we flip this? Because it's not really like the healthiest thing. So first, know what you're experiencing is very normal. It's very normal. We often want to fix things. And for those of you, again, who are in my private group coaching, you know this. If you're in the need to fix, you're in doubt. And fixing things is the energy of the problem. Avoiding even the need to fix expands the like energy of the problem. Avoidance is not helpful either. You have to look at this head on. And that's why I'm doing this workshop. We often want to fix outside of us. And, it's because when the inside doesn't feel great. And so manifesting is about fixing your energy, your emotional and mental strength. And then like allowing your external to reflect that, your relationships to reflect what you want to attract, which is what you desire and deserve. So start with the flip that I just gave you. I clearly desire a relationship that all works out. I want to trust that everything's going to be just fine. I want to enjoy seeing how things unfold. I will trust that if I cannot fix this person or situation, maybe something is better for me. Maybe I should allow something else to fall into place and hold the high expectation. I'm not saying stay or go. I'm saying hold the high expectation that my partner is going to rise with what I want, because I will hold my focus on the things they are doing that are in line with what feels good, rather than holding my focus on the things that I need to fix about them. I will trust that things are always working out, and I deserve to be in a relationship. This is a big one, where I am relaxed and at ease. Okay, open your eyes if they're closed. So I want you to think about what I just said. And really, like, I want to be in a relationship that is a place where I can feel relaxed and at ease. Okay, this is deep. That's just number one. If this is you and you're not already in my private group coaching, the 7-day will get you started. But if this is what like kicked me into like deciding to launch this workshop this week. I'm like, this week we are working on this topic. So if you're in my private group coaching, I just want to quickly share with you my entire screen share, da-da-ding. Okay, you see all my links. If you're in my private group coaching, we are working on this, how to rebuild trust, how to take the trust that you keep like waiting for someone to change their behaviors in order to feel it's going to work out, and how to trust in yourself, how to trust in the process, how to trust in the unfolding. And I recommend that you do this lesson a few times. I have a couple of trust bucket lessons in here. And that is the lesson. That is a separate hour of how to repair and rebuild trust. And if it is in relationships, right? Like controlling happiness, controlling my partner, like if they're happy, I'm happy, all these things. Make sure you do that lesson. Okay, go right into the happiness love course and how to supercharge trust. Go deep into this lesson. This lesson will clean up this thing. So I'm giving you like, because with awareness, you can change. With awareness, anything that you're turning on the light to with this free workshop that's open to the public, and you do some of my free tools in the 7-day manifesting challenge. But if you know you're meant to work with me and you're like, trust, it took me 20 something years to learn that lesson that I can now like give people shortcuts to. So you don't have to do like another 20 years like I did, because no one teaches trust like I teach trust. Trust is a feeling and it's not a thing. And most of you are like, I can't trust you. So now I need to hyper control and fix you so I could trust you. And that's not how trust works. So if you are hyper controlling because you're swirling in doubt and you're like, that is so me. I'm like, I hear you. That was me. Like, please learn the trust lesson and know that all the other lessons, what's blocking you, how to get unstuck, like all my other lessons will also lead you to trust yourself more, trust the process, trust that you can step into a relationship that does work out. Okay. So just let me know if what I like spoke, I read my notes here on like that number one. It's a big one. So I spent a lot of time on it. The next four they're all related. Okay. So now we have number one, the flip of I don't want to need to fix and hyper control. I clearly the desire to trust myself, trust the unfolding, trust I desire a relationship that works out, trust that you want to reflect trust into your relationships, which means you got to learn to trust in yourself more, in your heart more, in your in your relationship with you more, so you can reflect that into your love life, into your relationships with family, into everything. This is really, really deep. All right, that's number one. And you guys, like I said, I'm like, I don't have time for small talk. Let's go deep. Trust is the highest manifestation of love. It can't go deeper than that. Okay, trust is the highest level of self-love. So when you're at that highest level, and you're like, I doubt everything, Laura. I'm like, well, the flip, when you learn to trust instead of doubt, you'll move from lack to abundance of love, lack to abundance of anything. All right, next one, number two. This one's a big one. You put your needs last. Sick and tired, do not want. So for number two, put my needs last. Put my needs last. Are you last on your own to-do list? Are you? Let me know in the chat. Are you always last? Like your needs are not spoken? Like your needs are down here on your own list, and therefore you always feel like they're down there for everybody's lists, right? So let me know if you're a giver in the house. Like this is for all my big-hearted givers. I attract a whole lot of you into my audience of thousands on TikTok and wherever. I'm like, I attract really good-hearted people. Like I love that about us. But I know the problem sometimes of my givers in the house, right? You're caring. You love to give of yourself to others. You can give to anyone all day and night. But if you're in give mode all the time, you're blocking receiving mode. And when you're exhausted, like, and even a tiny thing happens, it can set you off because suddenly you're like, I could go all day, all week, all month, like giving. And then you get exhausted because you're giving and you're not receiving. And eventually like you break. Let me know if I'm describing. You're like, yep. Okay, I'm gonna read close. Okay, well, I'm gonna close your eyes and I'm gonna read you this and then I'll give you the flip. Okay, close your eyes, my givers in the house. I'm gonna read you this. You're a giver. You're the type of person who anyone can call, right? Day or night. You give, give, give. But if this is you and you're always in give, give, give mode, you might feel like nobody's there for you at times. People who give all the time sometimes get to the point where they finally sit back or they're tired and they feel really disappointed that nobody's appreciating them. And it can feel like nobody asks, like, how was your day? Or do you need anything? And your gift of giving leads people to expect it. Okay, I'm just going to ding my ding bell because I'm like, OMG, you know if I'm talking right to your heart right now. Your gift of giving is leading people to expect it from you because that's what you do. You do it selflessly. And then when they get hurt or you get hurt, you can quickly tap into like lack of appreciation for their efforts, right? You're like, why am I always doing? If you're the last person on your own list at all times, you cannot manifest a relationship that you desire and deserve. You just can't. You are in line with broadcasting a signal. I am not worthy. I don't deserve it. I put myself last. Therefore, I am expected to be last on your list too, because that's the energy you're putting out. Whether you say the words or not, through your actions, through how you treat yourself, through where your self-care is last on your own list, you are like basically in self-sacrifice mode all the time. So how can you possibly attract someone that puts you first when you don't put you first? You just can't. It's not in line. They don't align, right? If you're always putting yourself last, you will attract the audience of people, even that you love, that put you last too, is what my point is. So expect to be exhausted, disappointed at times, feeling a bit broken, as Desiree is saying in the chat. So just know it's uncomfortable often for you to like say what your needs are, but the flip is for you to say what your needs are. So let me keep going here. You're often selfless, and again, then you can easily get hurt when you're not feeling appreciated. But if you're the last person on your list, you will not manifest a relationship you deserve. You cannot attract the person that puts you first on the list if your energy's stuck in this like I'm last mode. If you're uncomfortable asking for what you need, you're probably the type of person who isn't sure you deserve what you're asking for. Okay, ding, ding, and ding. You probably are not sure that you deserve what you're asking for or what you need. And that's why you're often scared to ask for it. This can be because maybe at one point you were rejected, or at one point you did say your needs and it was like not met, or this feeling has just stuck with you for a really long time and you're just overwhelmed by everything on your plate and you can't seem to find time for yourself. Let me know if this is you. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Is this you? Is that you? Like, are you a my needs are at the bottom of my list person? I just will take care of everybody else. If everyone else is happy, then I'll be happy kind of person. Because if this is a ding, 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 this is a big one because you have to put yourself first if you want more appreciation, more love, more abundance. I mean, this goes deep, you guys. If you're down here and you're basically rejecting your own needs and you're unable to express your needs because of fear of whatever it is, reaction, rejection, disappointment, failure, like whatever it is, that don't worry about all that. Don't worry about why. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, when I was 5, this happened. I mean, first of all, if you're in my private group coaching in the first hour of learning how to unstuck your blocks, you'll know why. You don't have to know why to fix this. Remember the need to fix from step 1? Like we're done with the need to fix. You don't even need to fix yourself because fixing yourself or others is not the name of the manifesting game. You are not broken. This is just a way of being that is not going to manifest what you desire or deserve. I am here just as your mindset coach. Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you, to hold your hand until you can let my hand go and be like, Laura, I got this. I can hear you on my shoulder. You're saying the word, saying, hey, are your needs first or are they last? Or did you eat today? Did you work out? Did you take care of yourself? You drinking enough water? You call your mom, you do this, you do that, whatever you need to do, right? Are you taking care of yourself? And if you're not, you are again broadcasting a signal of you can put me last on your list too. And this whole like hot or cold, in and out, like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back in relationships are so unbelievably tied to you expressing your needs. And a lot of times people are fearing that expression. You have a difficulty in speaking your truth. And that goes into the deserving category. You are deserving. You are worthy. That's why this workshop is 5 steps to manifest a relationship that you desire and deserve, with the deserve being like the emphasis. Okay. I'm putting that in bold. All right. So the flip to this one is I clearly desire to place my needs and self-care at the top of my daily to-do list. And if you're working with me, there's a lesson coming up. I got to show you now. There's a lesson coming up on the actual daily, what I want you to do every day. Okay. It's one of my favorite lessons because I am all about creating routines and then repeating the routines until these are solid. There's this lesson. I just popped it up. Hold on. Again, if you're in my coaching, let me just share it with you because this lesson will be game changer. This one. Bada bang, bang. Manifesting routines and examples, the daily routines. This is I give you some daily stuff of what to do, each day, different things, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And when you have the daily stuff of what to do, you don't fall off track, ever. Okay. You just don't. You make this positive mindset stuff the name of the game, because if you have a routine, you won't fall off. So, so I clearly desire to place my needs and self-care at the top of my daily to-do list and reflect my needs and speak them with courage. To reflect my needs and speak them with courage, reflect that ability that I am worthy, I am deserving. Okay. So that's huge. So that's number 2. Okay. Now we got through number 1, which was the need to fix, hyper control everything, which is you spinning in doubt, flipping that to trust. That's the trust bucket lesson. So if you're that's me, you are diving into my private group coaching tonight. You could go right to the health, happiness, love course, go right to the trust bucket lesson, be done. Okay. And be oh my God, I'm ready to change that. If this is you and you're I am putting my needs last all the time, I want you to do the routines lesson because you really need to tune that up. And I want you to do this. Okay, if this is you, I want you to do this lesson. Let me pull it up. I want you to go to the Unstuck My Blocks, Unstuck Your Blocks course. And I want you to do this one, which is about something I'm about to talk about, how to draw the line and stop settling for less. This will give you the gusto of confidence to be able to speak your truth more clearly. Okay. And then of course, the other content, which is, how to get unstuck, how to get unblocked and all that stuff. But those 2 lessons will help you put your needs at the top. And those are big ones. All right, let's go on because this is fun work. This is fun work because when you shift and you stop taking action from the left side of the page, for those of you who know my Flip It tool, and you stop trying to fight against yourself and your relationship, and you create your relationship instead of fix your relationship, you step into the relationship you do desire and deserve, and you step into what's next, boom, your life completely changes. So I do have that offer up right now. I will answer questions about my private group coaching. If you're not already in it, I have a 20% off the first month. Just jump in, literally jump in, get the content, get inside the coaching, do the lessons I'm talking about, be different. Like you'll be different. Just like this workshop's turning on the lights, then you do the work to bring this to life. So you're like, I need to learn how to place my needs and self-care at the top of the list. I clearly don't do that. I don't have routines. I don't know how to get unstuck. Like I don't know how to do these things. If you don't know how and you don't have tools, you'll just keep manifesting what you do not want from the left side. But this tool is to show you what you don't want, what you do want, so you can start creating change toward who you want to become to attract the relationships you desire and deserve. All right, number 3. It's related. I do not want to keep drawing the line and moving the line. In parentheses, I'd write settling for less. Settling for less than what I deserve. Done. Be done with that. From this broadcast forward, please, you are worthy of getting more from your relationship. You don't have to get angry to draw the line and say, I don't want to tolerate that anymore. So if this is you, I'm going to read my notes on this, and you have to stop settling for less. So that lesson that I just showed you about putting your needs at the top is so related to like where you draw lines, because I can guarantee, okay, from those of you who are just even chatting in the chat, that you're like, OMG, I put my needs last. I'm down here. Until one of those days, I'm fuming. I'm so sick and tired of it. And I just, in anger, draw a line because you've had it. You're like, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of this. I can't take that anymore. And boom, you draw a line. But then like 3 days later, when you're not feeling that moment, you move the line. You settle for less then because you're not in the energy and that line fades. So if that's you, and I know who you are because I've worked with thousands of you to flip this, you are going to continuously get do-overs that feel like a revolving door where you're like in and out of the same situation over and over again. Let me know if this resonates. You're like, oh my God, that's me. I draw the line when I'm angry, and then the line fades when I'm not angry, because you don't want to be angry all the time. So if you're like, OMG, that's me. I get you guys, just first of all, we can pretty much all be like, OMG, that's me in any category, like of all these things. So just know that you're not alone. The reason I've worked with thousands and thousands of people at all different levels, all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different countries, to know these are very universal. So just know that you're like, oh, I do that. Or yeah, I do that with work. I do that with this. I do that with that. And like, I draw the line and then I move it the moment I don't feel that like whoosh energy, which is anger. So I'm going to read it to you. So I want you to close your eyes because I really love like you absorbing the content, and then we'll work through it. Number 3. Okay. So you've moved your line a few too many times and you're settling for less. Sometimes we've drawn the line on what we feel we deserve, and over time we move that line to hang on to the relationship. Sometimes things aren't exactly what we want, and instead of making an effort to manifest what's in our heart, we lower the bar and we settle for less. We don't believe we can have both the person who's in front of us and the feelings we want and deserve. There's no right or wrong answer of what you should do when you feel this way. Because a lot of times people come to me and they're like, should I stay? Should I go? Right? It's not whether to stay or go, because honestly, you will keep remanifesting this even in other relationships if this is your issue, because the answer is not the action. The answer is your emotion and the energy behind your action. And you guys, you know, if you're in my private group coaching, this is all I teach. It is not the action. Action just propels the energy you are already feeling. You are already feeling it. Whether you stay, you're going to be uncomfortable. Whether you go, you're going to remanifest it and be uncomfortable again, because it's not in the external. It's in the internal emotion you need to shift and then take action. So, you know, the answer is not in the action. It's in the emotion and energy behind the action. Do you feel like you are settling? Do you wish you could have more? Are you committed to focusing on what you truly want, or are you giving up because of what you're seeing that's in front of you right now? Do you believe what's in front of you right now cannot change, and you're holding the person and relationship there even with that limited belief because you haven't seen them change? Then you go back to number one where you're like, so now let me fix and hyper control it, right? Or let me throw in the towel and put my needs last, number two. You see how all these are related? So do you wish, so do you feel like you're settling, or do you wish you could have more? Are you committed to focusing on what you truly want? Are you giving up because of what you see in front of you isn't what you truly desire? The only way for you to get what you deserve is to draw the line and hold it. Hold it. Most people don't know how to hold it. To be all in on your hopes and dreams. All in, people. To stop settling and to find a determination to pour your energy towards what it is you truly feel you deserve. When you settle for less, you'll feel hopeless. Settling is not an action. It is an emotion. It is looking at your current situation and feeling it's not good enough. Or it could be looking at your past situation and feeling like they were never good enough. So even if you aren't presently in a relationship and you've settled in the past, chances are you've moved the line in the sand too many times and you continuously lower your expectations. This is only going to create one thing, more of what you do not want. Okay, this might be a ding, ding, ding. Open your eyes. You're like, oh my God, that's me. OMG, let me know if that's you. I hope if you're new to me, you're getting like a taste. This is like, I feel like I'm not even rolling up my sleeves. I'm just like saying the words that you need to hear right now. Because if this is you, you are always in alignment with what you don't want. You are always in the settling for less mode. You are always either looking at the current relationship and feeling defeated, less than, they're not. So again, it ping pongs us into the other pieces, because if you just did this, I'd be a lot happier. So let me fix you, right? Or if I just feel defeated, let me just put my needs last and let you have all the happiness and I'll move my line. So do you see how all these are absolutely connected, but ultimately manifesting is holding the outcome, like despite this, and pouring an all in, like I'm all in. Like if you're half in, because you're like, I don't know, I'm settling, like I'm going to move my line, I'm going to settle for less, I guess I'll just tolerate that. How can you manifest what you desire and deserve? You can't. They're not in alignment. They're not in alignment, and it's gonna ping you into one of the other five. Okay, so just what you clearly desire. Okay, now draw your arrow through the line of courage of your flip it, is that you clearly desire to draw the line around myself. This is huge. To draw the line, okay, because when you are in my private group coaching, one of the deepest lessons is how to hold the line. Like I have helped, like even my best friend Vanessa, who's on Selling Sunset with me on that show, on that Netflix show. I mean, you guys may have seen her. She was in like Brides Magazine. I helped her, and I can publicly say this because she says it like on my website and all this other stuff. She's like, you know what? Changed the name of the game in her career, in manifesting her soulmate, like all this stuff. She was like, I learned to hold my line. Like this one lesson changed her, and she stopped settling for less than what she deserves. She drew the line, and we're doing that right now. We're drawing a line, and then it's holding the line. And if you don't know how to step into and hold the right side of your page, which is the private group coaching experience, all the lessons, because what I'm teaching you right now is like draw the line around yourself, not other people and what their behaviors are. That's the need to fix, right? Not like, anyway, I'll keep teaching you what not to do. So you just clean it up. And then you're like, oh, now I know what to do. So number 3 is I clearly desire to draw the line around myself, raise my expectations, and pour my energy and focus all in, like all into what I want. This is an all in moment. And that lesson I just showed you a moment ago, if this is you and you're like, I'm always getting like wishy-washy results in my life when it comes to relationships, that lesson will change you. 28 minutes, I think it is. 21 minutes. A 21-minute lesson will change you. And then, of course, like how to shift through, break into your creative power, how to project success, shine brighter. So you take all those needs and all that and stop fixing and stop putting your needs last. I mean, all the lessons that you need to do are in here. But that draw the line, hold the line lesson is a big one. It's a big one because it'll stop making you settle and it'll stop making your expectations down here. So that's a big one. All right. That's huge. Number 4, we got to keep going, is I do not want to always feel judged. Always feel judged. Do you always feel judged, like attacked, all that? If you always feel judged by others, on the attack zone, always needing to defend your position, always needing to explain yourself. This is a big one. All right, close your eyes and listen. Okay, close your eyes and listen. I just want you again to absorb it and then I'll walk you through it. And you're going to get the replay so you can take notes after. Just really absorb this one. You feel like you're being judged. Do you get into relationships where there's a lot of banter that turns into bickering? Do you feel like nobody's ever going to be good enough or you're not good enough? Judgment can create a block to manifesting a great relationship. Okay, judgment's not helpful. It's like the opposite of unconditional love. It's judgment. It's rejection. Insecurity can creep into a relationship and keep you from going into a place that is calm and happy. If you are judging all the flaws in your partner, chances are you're feeling judged as well. It can be judgment about your physical appearance, judgment about your job, judgment about your choices, judgment about your relationships with families, friends, people who are on the, like, always feeling the judgment, like on the receiving side from others, find themselves like picking, like as if you're being picked apart. And then also, like, you might be on the doing end of this and you're always like micromanaging all the negatives. Like you're like, well, like this was good, but all these things like were terrible. The focus on the flaws can make you feel like nobody is ever measuring up to your ideals. But the reciprocal energy of that is you're also being really hard on yourself. You're probably reciprocating this. You probably are really critical of yourself. Okay. And therefore, if you're not measuring up to yourself, it's really difficult for other people to measure up to your standards too. So if you are feeling that way about the people you're attracting, you may not ever feel like you measure up for yourself. Even though this judgment can initially come across as arrogant or like I have high standards, it often leads to sabotage. And it often leads to, like, chances are of seeing people like for only, of their imperfections versus what they might have to offer. So if this is you, okay, open your eyes. If you always feel judged, I want you to do this flip for your flip it list. I clearly desire to step into greater and greater acceptance of my own self and my own judgment, and reflect that into my relationship. It is all about acceptance of yourself. So if this is you, it's okay. You have high standards, but don't now be like, I have high standards and no one's ever going to measure up. You may have been rejected. You may have been born into an environment that you were always judged. If you're an adult here and you are on this workshop and it is free and you are ready to manifest love that you desire and deserve, this is not about trying to fix or like condone behaviors that maybe not have, like, were positive in all of your years to this moment. This is about how to step into a solution-based energy. And that solution is, I clearly desire to spend more time on the positive aspects of my life and what I'm capable of doing than the negative. So this is a lot about acceptance and trust of yourself, the negative choices you made, the positive choices you made, everything that was a warm up in life till you meet me. When you shift things and you flip it and you're like, oh, OMG, Laura, like you shifted my perspective, but I shifted my perspective. I want you to own it. Like you find me not because I do it for you, because you're ready to do it for yourself. You're ready to be like, I no longer want to judge myself all day. I don't want to be judging myself for choices I made 10 years ago, 10 minutes ago, 10 hours ago. Like I want to get out of the self-sabotaging roller coaster of judgment and rejection of self. It is not going to manifest love you desire and deserve. It's going to manifest a relationship that butts heads and is full of judgment and rejection and like, I need you to change. And again, it's going to spin into all the other pieces. So the desire is to step into greater and greater acceptance of my own self and my own judgment and reflect that out into my relationships. That's the flip. And you could weave in any of the other positive aspects I said. And if this is you and you are always feeling judged, good news, there is that 7 steps lesson on judgment that will absolutely this is honestly, these lessons alone are worth a month of private group coaching, because in 1 month you can binge every single course that is in here. That is $550 each. You can get for 1 month access. So like do this lesson, how to stop the judgment roller coaster. There's 4 steps of what not to do and 3 steps of what to do to completely change your relationship with this number 4, judgment. So if judgment is a key area of your life and it's showing up everywhere, you're like, I am always feeling judged. I'm always judging. And like people are not stacking up, to my potential, like of what I think it should be. And then again, it's spinning you back into all the other pieces where then you're going to get angry, draw the line, put your needs last, all these things. They all connect. This has to end. Otherwise, you're just not going to be manifesting, again, the relationship that could be. So this is about you shifting yourself and then reflecting that out into like where you want to bring more love and acceptance to, where you want to expand into, to not be attracting it. And it's amazing when you change, like how it shifts the relationship. Like it creates the platform for change, because people are something like, but how can I do that if I can't fix the other person and tell them to stop judging me? It's amazing when you change how you stop attracting, and then it just will become untriggerable. Like you can become untriggerable. Like there's an untriggered version of you that doesn't even like receive the judgment in the same way you are now. And it's hard to believe until you've gone through the flip, like when you actually understand the other side. So if you've received that, you know how ick it feels. So this is something you want to shift. All right, last one, but not least, this is a deep one. So deep. So deep. I clearly do not want, so this is the left side, to not be fully open to love. And then in parentheses, I usually write in fear of rejection. This is a big one, and I'm going to close out with this one and give you all some next steps, because I would love the opportunity to work with you if I'm not already working with you. And if you guys, I'm going to go through this one. This is the biggest one. This is like literally the biggest one. And FYI, immediately following this, if you're in my private group coaching and you're in this, check out the email I sent to you. If you join my private group coaching, in the next half hour, 30 minutes post this live workshop, we're bouncing right into a Zoom together. So you can just be like, you could like tell me what number you are, where it's showing up, and I will give you like quick flips custom to you and which lesson you should do. I've just given you a sampling of some of the lessons, but we're going to work on this for 30 minutes. And this is what I do love when you're in my private group coaching, is I get to hear from you, like where these things are showing up, how they're showing up, and like walk you to the path out of it, out of the problem. And then you step onto that path. and then you let go of my hand. But I will like hold your hand and be like, this is how you say it. This is how you do it. This is the action. I give you the whole set of the how-tos, which is what I'm known for. The practical how-tos. I'm not here just to talk philosophy. I am not here just to like, this workshop's actually like, I want to give you more how-tos. So the how-tos are in there, and I love doing the live Q&As. And then we have another live Q&A tomorrow. So if it's really late for you or whatever, or you're not sure and you didn't join my coaching yet, we have a live Q&A tomorrow morning. So like, depending on where you are, just know that every single week we meet for live Q&A sesh with me, where you get to post your question, bring me your questions. I get to answer them. And you get to be part of my weekly lessons like this one. So if you think this lesson is opening your eyes, each one of these 5 things would be a lesson. And, every week I do a new lesson. So you would do the lesson on trust. You would do the lesson on how to put your needs first. You would do the lesson on how to draw the line in the sand. You would do the lesson on judgment. And this last one, which is big. Okay, this last one is really, really big. So close your eyes if this is you, that you're not fully open to love because you've been rejected. So this is a really deep one. Have you ever been hurt in the past and you carry that hurt forward? These are for all my people who've been trying to imagine love and then only feel pain. You may even feel hate of a situation when it comes to a relationship, which is the total opposite of love. It's the absence of love. If you get into a relationship and you are then so void of love, you pretty much need to like use the partner to constantly fill you up. They're filling a void because they're feeling a need, because you're not completely open to love and it's coming from a void. This creates a toxic relationship that's very needy, actually very, very weak. I usually help a lot of people through this, even in my social media, because people are like, how do I manifest a specific person? And I'm like, stop trying to fill the void by using a person to fill the space because you fear rejection. You're not completely open. So you just use the person to fill the void. It creates a very toxic kind of relationship because the void that you're feeling is in your heart. It's in yourself right now. And that's where you need to fill it up. You may attract someone, ding, ding, ding. That's a giver who puts their needs last. Like if you are not fully open to love and you fear rejection, you're very likely to attract someone who only gives. So this may be you. This might be like actually a huge ding ding, being like, oh my goodness, this is me and my last partner or my current partner. Like they're the giver. I'm the person who's fearing rejection, or vice versa. The person from number 2 that I talked about who puts their needs last is usually a very similar but different way because they fear rejection. They don't feel worthy. And you don't feel like you deserve love. So those are you in the chat that are like feeling guilt and shame and putting yourself last. So you give. Might also be very matched up with the person who then needs someone to fill that gap. And I'm not here to diminish whatever past experiences delivered that pain. I'm always here to remind you that is not my goal here. I am not a therapist. I'm a mindset coach. I am here for now moving forward. I'm not actually here to even open up that. I don't need to help you out of it, quite honestly. But often I find that it's from people from past reference points, whether it was from parents and the people in your life that were supposed to give you unconditional love and support that you felt rejection from, or past relationships where, maybe you were in something abusive or toxic, or you observed toxicity. So you, in a protection mode, like turned off your ability to let in love in fear of what you've seen, which you'd be hurt like that, or you've been hurt yourself. So you fear to put yourself in that situation again because you've witnessed some tough things when it comes to love. And again, I'm never here, you guys, if this is you, to diminish the size of that pain. When you're ready, because sometimes I always call it like the wall around your heart where you cocoon in and you hold that energy. You know when you're ready to like open up just a little bit. Like I teach you in my course, like in 1 or 2 seconds, even just to open your heart up to yourself. So I'm here to help you see past it. if you've turned off in fear, like I'd rather, Laura, I just don't want to love because I don't want to get hurt again. Like I'd rather just not open that door. I'm just going to stay single, not go like play out there, like, or anything. I'm not going to put my photo up. Like I'm scared, right? I'm scared. So if that's you, I'm here again to let you know, like if you're here because you're ready to expand into the potential of love, like I'm meant for you. I'm meant to help like you walk through the next step of your life, which is to flip this. Because when you're in pain and you need to cocoon in, like what I was saying, you can do the work to love yourself, to fill the void to you from you. So you don't reject love. You don't have to put up a wall between you and every other potential person out there. You can be open to the greatest superpower of all, which is the unlimited love in your heart right now in no limited supply. And that's how I teach trust and all the other lessons that I teach. But I really want to wrap this up very, very powerfully, which is if this is you and you want to embrace a new trajectory of love, you can open your eyes, embracing a compliment, embracing what it feels like to let positivity into yourself, like embracing a partner that can turn the light on, like everything can work out, or what if it can be better, or what if like you can have love and not the pain. So what you're turning up first when you're ready to do this and you're ready to embark on shifting your mindset around this is to help you out again on a trajectory. So what you clearly desire, I clearly desire to embrace the love of myself to me from me, just to really hit it home, to me from me, and open my heart. And then we like to say this in my private group coaching, ready for something good. Like if I could tell you, like without a shadow of a doubt, that you desire and deserve something good, something positive, something loving, all these prior number 1 through 4 pieces are related. So I put ready for something good. Like you want to expect better. You want to expect you deserve love. Like you want to expect you can have love without the pain. So if you're not fully open, again, because you're like, no, it's just easier to not open that door, like it's sealed shut. But deep down in your heart, you desire love. You're like, if you could tell me, Laura, that it would work out, then I would love again, or I'd open my heart and I'd consider like taking a brick down of that wall. Then you're ready. You're ready. You're ready for the lessons, because what you need to do is actually lesson 1. You're ready for this one, which everyone should do in like their first week with me anyway. You're really ready for this lesson. Let me pull it up. You'd go into my private group coaching and do lesson 1, getting unstuck. This is going to open up like that whole, it's an hour, but this is going to open up the first blocks that are blocking your ability to see past your current and past pain. And it's going to help you flip it, because if you're ready for better, you're ready to be an example of love again, then I know my content's for you, because it is all about your relationship with yourself and the fears that you have, and looking at them and being able to create beyond the fear. So if you can imagine that you could have a love that you desire and deserve, but you don't believe it quite yet. You're like, but I don't expect that for me. You're gonna, if you went into a relationship with that low level of expectation, you're like, I don't expect it. I anticipate that I would get hurt again. You're going to do number 1. You're going to go get stuck in the need to hyper control and fix everything, because you're like, how can I possibly trust it'll work out? I have one reference point, pain. And if my one reference point is pain, why would I think it would work out? Right? The only thing I know is negativity when it comes to love and relationships. So if you don't know how to create a new reference point to a place you've never been before, you need a shift in mindset. That's all my creative tools that you do, the day in the life, the congratulations card from your future you that's celebrating what you stepped away from, what you stepped into. In the deep dive, if you don't tap into the you that attracts the relationship that you desire and deserve, like it's a normal day, like you've normalized love, not pain, not hurt, not heart being shattered, but normalize like I'm here. I have the rest of my life. I have from this day moving forward to step into the right side of my flip it list. Like we just made a badass flip it list. Like pat yourselves on the back. If this was helpful to you and it opened your eyes to like, I do some of these things. I don't want to fix. I want to trust. I don't want to put my needs last. I want to place my needs at the top. I don't want to keep drawing the line in the sand and settling for less. I want to draw the line around myself and raise my expectation, like, and go all in. I don't want to always feel judged. I want to step into greater acceptance and reflect that out. I don't want to be like not fully open to love, like hiding behind, closing that door, avoiding, which again magnifies fear. It doesn't lead you anywhere to good. It's like going to hold you in a pattern that feels very paralyzing. Then that last piece of I am ready to embrace and step into greater love. And I know if you're here or you are watching this workshop right now, it's because you're ready. Like I know how to manifest. And I'm like, if you're here right now, I manifested you as much as you manifested me. I want to help you get unstuck in these things. I encourage you to click through that special offer. You can get 20% off is like our little like workshop only like thing right here that you can get 20% off your first month with me. Try it for 30 days. If you are not different, okay, if these lessons inside, okay, I'm just going to show you one last sneak peek of what you get when you're in my coaching. So first of all, that link, that special offer link, join, like clicking you to like join right now. Like, here's my membership. Here's a little snippet of a lesson. You just got an idea of like what it's like to work with me. But now we're going to jump into a Zoom in a second. I said it's immediately following. You get a discount, or you could just get a one-time fee. If you just want to do like, again, the $550 for all the 6-week stuff, but that's a 10-week access. This is monthly. It's a really great deal. I don't know why you wouldn't try it, because if it doesn't work in 30 days, you'll see all of my like policies here. Like it's 30 days or it's free. Like if you don't change and you don't feel there's value, because if this workshop is just a workshop, the lessons will give you the next set of how-tos. So if you don't start changing, then then it's not the right time. Let's just leave it at that. Then it's probably not the right time. But if you're ready for change, jump in. And what you get, again, is twice a week. We meet like this, but on a Zoom. We're about to bounce into Zoom. Y'all in my private group coaching, just get the link in your email. We're about to bounce into Zoom when I get off of this in a sec. And I will answer your questions. We go through the depth of this. Like, Laura, I am number 4. I always feel judged. What should I do? Right? Or now it's oozing into my work life or this life, or I'm judging myself when I get on camera or whatever I do. But inside, just know that when you're in the private group coaching experience, these tools will change you, like in the best way. These tools, they're all in here, and by category. If you want to jump into money, career, purpose first, jump in there. Just do whatever 6-week course you unlock the moment you join in, all of the 6-week course content. So again, every single time I built a $550 course, every single one of them's in here. And some of them were more than $550. They're all in here. Cause I was just like, you know what? If someone has the time and wants to go through like fear impacting your confidence or breaking unhealthy habits or body image shifts and, some Q&As, all my intro tools, vision board course, it's all in here. Plus the live coaching and the amazing community of you all that gets to work together. So do not hesitate. If this workshop spoke to you, please pass it on. This link will be available in the 7-day free manifesting challenge. So at minimum on our Strong Confident Living website, you can always access this and pass on to people. And please just post a little Instagram post or social media post, like take a snapshot, like be like, this was game changer. You'll be entered to win a private with me. Every time there's a testimonial or a share, I enter people into a bucket to win a private sesh with me. And I call out the names once a month. And then I've been doing it once a month inside because people drop testimonials. Every week we have a welcome and wins call every single Monday where you're all able to share wins with one another, which I can't even keep up with anymore, all the wins that are happening. But the love wins are really special because these relationship things that change are very impactful. But when you guys go to my website again, I'll just show you where to find things. What was your biggest takeaway of this workshop tonight? Like, what is your biggest aha moment? And I'm just going to share my screen and then we're going to bounce. I know I like to talk to you guys, but if you're in my website, Strong Confident Living, which is just the main website, you can go to the sign up. Okay, so if we're ever out of this, you'll just see. But the discount one is up in the offers right now. Okay, the discount one. So you'll see the 7-day free manifesting challenge. This recording will go up in there. And of course, if you're in my private group coaching, it's going to go right into the love and relationships course. All right. Little takeaways. Let me see. Oh, Q&As. I'm going to look. Okay, if the Q&As, bring them. Yeah. Oh, do you get the 6-week starting when you start? Yes. So the 6-week like starts the moment you jump in. If you are just buying the 6-week access, it just starts right then. If you're buying the monthly access, it starts right then. But with the coaching, you unlock all of my courses. Okay, I see a delay right now in my video. I'm going to use that opportunity to bounce into the Zoom right now with my private group. If you are in my private group, we're bumping out of this and getting onto Zoom so I can answer your questions on Zoom. You're just going to raise your hand. I'm going to bounce in. And so click on the link. You guys can you can continue. You can go right from this webinar jam, get into private group coaching. And then if you miss the live Q&A, you could go to the Q&A area and you can post your Q&A, but jump right into the love and relationships course on the bottom. Like start tonight or do any of the lessons that I showed you based on what you learned in this workshop. And if you're not sure, you're like, I can't find that trust lesson or I can't find that judgment lesson, drop me a question and I will post it out to you. Thank you all so much. I can't wait to meet some of you and get to work with you in my private group experience. It is unmatched. You're like my family. Thank you. Signing off. Have a beautiful day or night. And I appreciate you sharing this with other people. Bye, everyone.